So, the coronavirus. We've been hearing this a hell of a lot. In fact,
where the f should I really even start?
Anyway, coronavirus. So, it's got multiple names, called the coronavirus. It's also called just the corona. It's called the Wuhan virus. It's called COVID-19. So, it has multiple names, but everybody, as we know it, we hear it all over the media.
Coronavirus,
Right? COVID-19. So today I'm just going to mention what the hell it is and how it has affected us globally. From a meat market in China, some viruses got together, done a few things, and evolved into something very deadly, which spread across China, spread across the Far East, and now has got its way into the Western world and spread into England and into Europe, and is now even confirmed touched America as well. So I'm going to talk today about how deadly it can be, not just for your health, but for our economy, and why it's actually starting to take its toll on our economy. I'll also tell you about a very, very suspicious conspiracy behind what has taken place with the economy. Now, let's have a look at exactly what has been affected first of all, and then we'll start taking it backwards. So firstly, people are not coming out of their houses. People are not even going to work. People are being sent home from work. I remember seeing in the news a match has been postponed from taking place in the last 23 years. That has never happened. Postponed a football match. So public gatherings are being cancelled. I was supposed to fly out to Shanghai. That's not happening. That's been cancelled. Flights are being cancelled into the UK and out of the UK. Obviously, it's very, very contagious, like I said. For our economy, it's taking its massive toll. People are fighting over hand sanitizer and tissue. Tissue. Excuse me, tissue. You're fighting over tissue. I'm sure there's more important things to fight over, more important things to worry about than tissue. If the whole country goes onto a lockdown, I'm sure you'll survive. Especially us Asians, we have something else called the lota, so we're all right. And you probably have bags of rice sitting at home anyway, so you ain't got to worry too much about food supplies going down. So use your brains. First of all, we're in 2020. You can order everything online. Certain jobs are really going to go out of fashion very soon, especially in the retail industry. Now, how else has that affected the economy? Well, let's just talk about companies. Now, if people are not going out there and spending money and buying things, companies who they are spending money to, remember, when everybody spends, another person has to earn. So let's say you go out and buy shoes from JD Sports, for instance. Some trainers. You go to JD Sports and buy some trainers. You have earned that money to buy those trainers. Now you're putting that money into JD Sports' pocket. Now what they're going to do, they're going to put that money into Nike's pocket. So it's all a bit of a chain. Now, if you're not even going out needing to buy shoes in the first place, because you're not even going out, you're not wearing shoes, you don't need to buy trainers. So the rest of the world is also doing the same. They're not going out there to buy trainers. So that's affecting their sales, their stocks, and they have staff to pay, they have inventory to cover, they have bills to pay, they have shop rent to pay, they have so many things to pay in the process, but they're not making that enough money to pay it off, plus profit on top to be able to pay it. So that is also another reason why major companies have been affected across the world. Now, when petrol prices decrease, that it can play a major toll on the rest of the economy, and let me tell you why. That just petrol alone, just oil alone, just petrol, and let me tell you why. First of all, that is the case. Now, petrol is widely used by everybody. Let's face it, it is the reason why Arabs are rich. First of all, this is the reason why Dubai looks so amazing, is because they've had the money sent out to the rest of the world. They've got oil building in their backyards. If we look outside, I see cars driving past right now non-stop. That is hundreds and thousands and millions and billions of pounds worth of fuel just driving past me right now, and that's all going to oil companies. That's all going to the people who dig up the oil in the first place, who own the oil, which is the Arab world, and also Canada also produce oil as well. But look at what has been taking place across the world. Now, Stocks are falling in value. Companies are going bust, or if they haven't already, they're slowly going bust. UK yesterday cut interest rates by 50 points. Now that is good for us, yeah, that's good for the general consumer, but it's not good for banks or financial institutes and the lenders out there. So it's not really good for the Bank of England and the economy and the government, yeah. So they've had to do that in emergency, yeah. They panicked, and during that emergency, they've had to go out there and cut the interest rates across the board, yeah, just so people stop pulling out mortgages again, yeah, just so the demand for houses remains the same, for the demand for property prices to not drop in value. Let's take it back now to a bit of history. I'm going to go and refer back to a very certain book, Moneyland. So Moneyland, the author Oliver Bullough, however you say it, that's his name. But trust me, purchase this book and read it whenever you can. I'm not sponsored to say this by him or anyone. So I'm going to throw that out, some knowledge which I've learned from this book, which you can relate as well now to the real world, which is taking place out there right now. China are the world's biggest and largest producers of goods across the whole world. We all know that. Everything you're wearing is from China, yeah? Everything we're wearing, all our phones, everything, all the parts from this phone, it might be an Apple phone, but every single part from this phone is from China. US are one of the biggest nations in the world, and they contribute to nearly 40% of China's exports. So nearly 40% of all the goods that are produced in China go to the US. So let's just look at the US, for instance, yeah? If the US weren't there, they would have cut their income just from goods alone by nearly half, yeah? So they contribute to nearly half of what the income they earn comes exactly from US. So therefore they should be getting hooked up, yeah, for buying so much every single day, every month, every week, every year. They're putting so much money into China's pockets. I'm sure if you had a very good returning customer who nearly made you half of your income, you'd be hooking them up, right? Just to keep them happy, just to keep them there. So that is Trump's argument, is that, you know what, I want a better deal from you guys because all I'm doing is sending you guys most of my money, yeah, and you guys keep increasing your prices rather than decreasing your prices. I'm buying more and more, yeah, from you every year, and it's only increasing every year. I'm buying more and more stuff every year from you, yeah, or our country is buying more and more stuff from you. You need to hook this up, because your import taxes and export taxes are only going up for us, which is really not fair, yeah. We are one of the biggest contributors to your economy out there right now. And what China are saying is, look, we're going to increase the prices for you guys only. We ain't going to hook you up. And the reason for that is you're becoming more demanding. You're now buying even more stuff from us. You're now exporting more stuff from us. We need to spend more. We need to open double the amount of factories just for you. We need to hire double the amount of staff just for you guys. We need to spend double the amount of resources just for you guys. So how can we hook you up when now that would be meaning we're going into our own pockets? It's just a friendly trade war. Yeah, it's a business trade war. And one of the best people to negotiate deals is Trump. Let's face it. Yeah, he's done something right in life. So that is what's taking place and has been taking place ever since he has been elected. So it's going back and forth, back and forth. Now look, the Wuhan virus has been released towards the end of 2019. So China are doing their best at everything to contain it between their own walls and not allowing anything to spread further than it should be spread. Now, US have taken advantage of this virus. Yeah, US have taken advantage of this negativity that has come from China. People are dying from other illnesses a lot more than they are dying from the coronavirus. The only problem with the coronavirus is that it is majorly contagious. That is it. Yeah, you could touch a surface that somebody has contaminated with coronavirus and you could get it too. You could breathe the same air that someone is breathing and you could get it too. But why is it emphasized so heavily in our media? 5 to 10 times a day, we hear about it or see it in front of our eyes every single day for the last month or two, at least for the last about 30 to 60 days. We've been hearing about it and seeing it every single day. And why is that? Think about it. Media companies are run by Western world, or by the Western world, should I say, by big money moguls. Yeah, Trump is a multi-billionaire. He needs good trade deals to take place. He can use this as a leverage for the rest of the world to not buy into anything from China. Yeah, and that is true. Now it's being effective. Be educated of this, guys. Yeah, be very, very educated in this. Be educated in your fundamentals. Do not get brainwashed by what is taking place in the world. Trust me when I say this, there are more important things out there. Don't go rushing for toilet paper. You can buy it on Amazon. We have everything at our fingertips nowadays. Yeah, every single thing can be accessed on the internet nowadays. Do your research properly. Now look at this from an investor's point of view. Don't you agree that when you buy low and sell high, you make the maximum amount of profit? So if everything is dropping in value because the demand for it is not the same, but the supply is the same, don't you believe everything will drop in price? Meaning the people who actually do have the money out there can manipulate even more, yeah, of those kind of markets. So let's talk about Oreos. If Oreos go, for instance, from 50p to 30p, I'm gonna buy a hell of a lot of them. Yeah, I'm gonna buy loads of them, and I'm gonna try and dominate that market. Now if it goes even lower to 25p, that has gone down by half, by 50%, and eventually it'll only be a matter of time till it comes back into demand again and goes back up to 50p, and I've doubled my profits. That is what the world is doing. That is what the rich people are doing in this world. And I'm not just talking about the millionaires, I'm talking about the multi-billionaires and the trillionaires in this world. Moneyland, pick it up, read it, and educate yourselves on what is going on across the world. Yeah, prices are dropping. That is a financial crisis where prices of everything drops. Yeah, and when everything drops, it's only a better time to buy low and sell later on. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow our movement. We're going to be producing loads more videos out there. They're going to be absolutely random, but they're going to be very educational as well, and you're going to enjoy it. Follow our journey. Thank you very much.